Initially, when porting an arcade classic to home consoles, developers tried to recreate the arcade experience exactly. I mean, think back to Namco's Ridge Racer, one of the best arcade racers, gracing the early screens of the Sony PlayStation. They took that high-octane thrill and nailed it in the living room, right? Well, okay, in hindsight, the graphics were kind of a mess, but you know what I mean. At the time, we loved it. It was cutting edge and it looked incredible for like 1995. Now, Sega. Sega was no different. In 1997, Sega set to work on a stunning home port of their arcade light gun shooter, House of the Dead. That's right, zombie horde, splatters of gore, and those seriously bright, oversized light guns. By 1998, we were practically pros at headshotting the undead from the comfort of our couches. But Sega wasn't finished there. They were working on other arcade ports that came with a twist. In 1999, Sega completely flipped the script. They spun the light gun genre on its head and took away the light guns entirely. Forget shooting zombies' arms off with overpowered weapons. This time, Sega armed you with a QWERTY keyboard. Yeah, you heard it right, a keyboard. Typing of the Dead, a full-on arcade cabinet. And no, this wasn't some WASD to walk around situation. Nope, the whole game's about typing random words as fast as you possibly can to survive. What the hell? Nobody saw this coming. Least of all arcade goers in Japan. But somehow, this bonkers idea actually worked, becoming a bit of a cool hit. Its success led Sega to port Typing of the Dead to the Dreamcast and later the PS2, so we could all enjoy this bizarre zombie typing action from our living rooms. So, shall we have a go at it? I think we shall. Venice is overrun by zombies, and it's up to AMS agents James and Gary to save the day. Only, they're not equipped with guns, but with snazzy Dreamcast backpacks that incorporate, yes, fully harnessed keyboards. The game never addresses this ridiculous setup. They just walk around like it's totally normal. Like Dreamcast branded keyboards harnesses are just, the thing to wear. Imagine if this caught on. SWAT teams, or even the military, decked out with Sega keyboard harnesses, typing insults at their enemies. Honestly, it'd be fitting in today's world, where offensive words are practically seen as lethal. Our agents quickly realise that the outbreak is the work of a guy named Goldman, a banking tycoon turned evil scientist, who's decided it's time for humans to stop controlling the Earth. Yeah, his master plan makes zero sense, considering it's humans keeping the banking sector alive. But hey, maybe Goldman's real plan is to turn his zombie workforce into an Amazon warehouse team or something. To stop him, you have to type your way through the undead minions by accurately and rapidly typing words like breeze, boots, Google-eyed, all-American girl, and of course, wax on, wax off. Look, I'd like to think I'm a decent typist. I do it for a living. But even then, Typing of the Dead is intense. You get lured in with short, simple words, but soon enough, they start throwing full sentences at you, like, dangle fine cuisine before her, take 2 before bedtime, is the bartender here, and of course, my favourite, lavender on the veranda. Okay. Though we follow House of the Dead 2's story and levels pretty closely, the only real difference is the zombies carry less offensive weapons, if that's a thing, and the game has this fantastic, ridiculous Dreamcast keyboard backpack. Honestly, I know I keep saying it, but I'd honestly wear one of these around town. It looks amazing. Typing through Venice turns into an intense experience. The speed and the pressure of the original game is actually amplified by typing. It adds a new kind of panic as you realise your touch typing skills might not be as great as you thought. While the original House of the Dead went for gore scares, Typing of the Dead leans into the humour and even has an educational side. You could argue that it's actually helping you type with deadly accuracy. I mean, if I were hiring someone and they had completed Typing of the Dead on their CV, I'd know they were pretty good in the boardroom. And then there's the end, where Goldman gets his comeuppance. Depending on how you answer the end boss's questions, you get one of 3 hilarious endings. I chose to answer honestly because, hey, I'm an all-round honest girl.